the pirate queen who forced an empire to surrender its fleet. Imagine waking up to the sound of waves. But instead of fishermen, you see hundreds of warships covering the horizon. Black sails, red flags, cannons aimed at your home. No army could stop them. No navy could defeat them. And at the center of it all was a woman. A woman who rose from nothing to command an empire of pirates so powerful that the mighty Qing Dynasty had no choice but to surrender. This is the story of Ching Shih. Welcome back to Echoes and Tales of History by Bright, where history is not just told, it is felt. Tonight's story isn't about a queen born into royalty. It's about a woman who took power in a world that gave her none. A woman who didn't inherit an empire. She built one from chaos and ruled it with fear. The story begins in 1775, in the sweltering, crowded port of Guangzhou. This wasn't a city of palaces, it was a city of flower boats floating brothels where the desperate and the powerful collided. Ching Shih, then known as Shih, was born into this world of shadows. But she wasn't just a face in the crowd. While others saw a girl with no future, she was building a database. Who was bribing which official? Which merchant was smuggling silver? Which naval commander was a coward? She realized early on that information is the only currency that never devalues. She wasn't just surviving, she was studying the mechanics of power before she even had a seat at the table. A city alive with trade, danger, and desperation. Here, survival was not guaranteed. And for a young woman with no family, no wealth, there were few choices. So she entered a world where secrets were currency. A floating brothel. But Ching Shih was not ordinary. She listened. She observed. She learned. Powerful men came and went, sharing information they thought no one noticed. But she noticed everything. Every weakness. Every alliance. Every fear. She wasn't just surviving. She was preparing. Then one day, the sea itself brought her destiny. A feared pirate commander, Zheng Yi. His name alone could empty villages. In 1801, the Red Flag Fleet raided her city. Its commander was Zheng Yi, a man who had unified 6 pirate fleets into a terrifying confederacy. He wanted her. When he saw her, he didn't see just another woman. He saw something rare. A mind as sharp as any blade. So he made a proposal. Marriage. But here is where the legend truly begins. Most would have begged for mercy. Ching Shih negotiated for sovereignty. I will be your wife, she told the man who could have killed her with a nod. But only if I am your partner. I want 50% of your loot. I want 50% of your command. And I want my hand on the rudder of this empire. She demanded equal command of his fleet. Half the power. Half the authority. And after a long silence, Zheng Yi agreed. That moment changed history. Together, they forged something terrifying. The Red Flag Fleet. Not just pirates. An organized naval force. Hundreds of ships. Divided into color-coded fleets. Red, black, blue, green. Each with its own commanders. All answering to them. They didn't just raid ships. They controlled entire coastlines. Villages paid tribute, or faced destruction. Merchants sailed in fear, or paid for protection. Even officials sometimes worked with them. The sea no longer belonged to the empire. It belonged to the pirates. Then suddenly, everything shattered. In 1807, a typhoon struck. Zheng Yi was swept overboard. He died with no warning, no farewell, just gone. And with him, the fragile unity of the pirate alliance. Rival captains grew restless. Power-hungry leaders prepared for war. The pirate empire should have collapsed. In the hypermasculine world of 19th century piracy, a widow was usually an afterthought. But they underestimated one thing. But Ching Shih acted with terrifying speed. She didn't mourn, she maneuvered. She didn't panic. She calculated. She secured the loyalty of her husband's most powerful commanders. She adopted, and then married the fleet's top lieutenant, Zhongbao, ensuring the bloodline of power remained unbroken. Within weeks, she wasn't just the widow of a pirate. She was the commander-in-chief of 80,000 outlaws. To put that in perspective, the legendary Blackbeard commanded 4 ships and 300 men. Ching Shih commanded a force larger than most national navies. She took control, not through chaos, but through fear and discipline. Under Ching Shih, the pirates became something the world had never seen. An empire with laws. And those laws were absolute. Steal from the fleet, death. Disobey orders, execution. Harm a captive woman, immediate punishment. Even pirates feared her. But they also respected her. Because under her rule, they became unstoppable. The Qing Dynasty could no longer ignore her. This was no longer piracy. This was rebellion. So they launched attack after attack. Warships filled the sea. Cannons roared. Battles raged for years. But Ching Shih adapted. She used strategy over strength. Speed over size. She trapped imperial fleets, captured their ships, and turned their own weapons against them. Even when foreign powers joined the fight, it still wasn't enough. The empire was losing. And then, the unthinkable happened. By 1810, the Qing Dynasty gave up. Realizing they couldn't win a war of attrition. So, they offered an olive branch, amnesty. Most pirates would have run. Ching Shih walked right into the Governor-General's palace unarmed, leading a delegation of pirate wives and children. She sat across from the representative of the Son of Heaven and dictated her terms. 1. Her men keep their loot. 2. Her men get jobs in the Imperial Navy. 3. She gets to walk away. A free woman. The empire blinked. They granted her everything. It is one of the only times in history a pirate forced a global superpower to surrender to her terms. Lay down your arms and walk free. Keep your wealth. Keep your power. Face no punishment. It was an admission of defeat. And Ching Shih? She accepted. But not as a defeated pirate. As a ruler who had won. History remembers the men who died in a hail of bullets or at the end of a rope. But Ching Shih? She retired. While most pirates meet brutal ends. Captured. Executed. Forgotten. But not Ching Shih. She took her enormous wealth back to Guangzhou, opened a successful gambling house and salt trade, and lived until the age of 69. She is the only pirate in history to beat the system, keep the money, and die in her own bed. She walked away from the sea. On her own terms. No chains. No defeat. No empire could break her. History is filled with powerful men. But sometimes, the most dangerous force is a woman the world underestimated. If this story amazed you, subscribe to Echoes and Tales of History by Bright, where legends aren't just remembered, they are reborn. Thanks for watching, until next time.